Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be talking to you about kind of like my must-have beauty products, kind of like products that I can't really live without, although I'm sure I could, but they're kind of like the things that I will repurchase over and over again that I absolutely love. There's quite a few products to get through, so I will just get started. Okay, so if I start off with skincare first, I have kind of like a set regime that I stick to. I change it up every now and then because my skin sometimes like tends to get used to the same products and then will kind of like fight against them. So I do change it up every now and then, but these are the products that I found that just work for me kind of like no matter what. Okay, so first product is a product that I mentioned in my Australia haul. It's Cetaphil. It's an oily skin cleanser for oily or acne prone skin. I wouldn't say I suffer with acne as such, but I do definitely have blemish prone skin, and this little beauty is so good. It's really affordable. It's an Australian brand. I've actually written a blog post dedicated to it because I love it so much, but the best thing about it is that it's soap free, so it's not drying your skin out, and it doesn't like wash away your skin's protective barrier, which is what a lot of kind of like oily skin products tend to do, which actually makes your skin fight back more. So it's like the most protective thing I've used, and I also use this to take off my makeup. I think in Australia it's like 15 or $18. In the UK you can get something like half the size of this for £7. I don't think they do the 500ml product in the UK. I think you can order that from Amazon, but that's like maybe like £18, but still for a huge bottle, 500ml. I mean, I've had this for, how long have I been back from Australia? I've had it for 3 months nearly, and I've hardly even made a dent in it. It's absolutely huge, and I absolutely swear by it. If you have bad skin, literally, like I'm still getting a few spots, but nothing like I was getting before, and my skin is just, I'm so much happier with it in general. So this I will never ever ever live without. Okay, my must-have moisturiser, I have raved about this on my channel before, is the Nude Purify Daily Moisturiser. Again, this is kind of aimed at the people who have kind of like spot prone or oily skin. This is kind of like a mattifying moisturiser, but it also is hydrating as well. So I get kind of like dry patches around my face, but then my T-zone is really oily, and I just absolutely swear by this. It is so moisturising, but then I don't have my kind of like oily breakout during the day, so it keeps me kind of like matte all day. Nude is definitely a more expensive brand. I'm not sure how much this retails on its own. I'm not sure. I'll link it up below anyway. But yeah, it's definitely a bit more pricey. But if you're looking for a moisturiser to kind of like control your spots but keep you hydrated, then this is amazing. And my favourite face mask to use currently at the moment is Invisible Pores Detox Mask by Ren Skincare. This is the only Ren product that I have and that I have tried, so I'm sure they have lots of other amazing things in their range, but literally this is such a good face mask. I mean, it's full combination to oily skin, which obviously I have, and it's just, oh, it's really lovely. It does kind of like, it's like a clay mask, and it does dry a bit funny, like it kind of like dries in patches, and you can see kind of like all your blackheads and stuff like on the surface, which is kind of gross. But literally, like the day when I wake up after I've used this the night before, my skin like feels and looks so much better. It's like my complexion is like more kind of like even, and my pores are kind of like shrunken down really, really tiny. And yes, I just absolutely love this. Again, I think this is maybe £17, I'm not exactly sure. Again, I'll link it below. But if I had to have one face mask, I mean, I have a few Liz Earle masks, and have tried a few nude masks, and I've tested the waters with my face masks, because they're so important to me, because my skin is so problematic, and this clears up all of my spots and like doesn't dry them out and leaves it just feeling great, really. And yeah, I just absolutely love that. And then I have quite sensitive eyes. My skin is quite sensitive in general. Obviously I'm spot prone, so I suffer with like my skin, and my eyes are another thing that are really sensitive. I get hay fever really bad during the summer, and I'm prone to kind of like conjunctivitis and things like that. And my favourite product for kind of like soothing my eyes and looking after them, getting rid of like any like crustiness or puffiness or like anything like that, my Lizel Eye Bright is a godsend. It's literally like, if you have itchy eyes or your eyes are puffy or like literally any kind of like problems that you could have with your eyes, if you use a bit of this, it will literally like get rid of it. It's amazing. I tend to, when I use my face mask, cover like 2 cotton wool pads in this, like drench it in them, and then lie on the bed with them over my eyes and let it kind of like soak in. But for when I have like hay fever and things like that, I tend to actually have this in my bag and just have it to like wipe my eyes, and every time it gets itchy it kind of just soothes them. So yeah, if you have kind of like a delicate eye area, then this is a really lovely thing just to have as kind of like a luxury really, but it's better than having to put eye drops in and stuff like that, so I really love that. Next is, this is kind of like maybe not so interesting for massive kind of like beauty fans, but this is really important for me. I have, as I said, really dry sensitive skin like on my body, and I have to use like particular body washes, because I found that like just using any old body wash, my skin will like come out in rashes, and I'm just a bit gross really, aren't I? I'm just like a walking spot crusty person, which is just gross. But my favourite body wash to use for my skin is Sanex, and I absolutely swear by this. It's their dermosensitive lactose serum for sensitive skin. It's shower cream, and it's just, I just absolutely love it. It doesn't have like kind of like a heavy scent to it, so it's not like a heavily scented body wash where you come out and you smell like a field of roses or anything. It's really kind of like fragrance free, but it's meant for kind of like people with sensitive skin, so it's really moisturising, really sensitive. It kind of like lathers up into like, if you imagine like when you wash your hands with soap, like a lesser version of that. It's like really soft, but a little goes a long way, and I buy these big bottles and use these every day in the shower, and it's just lovely, and I just feel really comfortable and like hydrated after I use that, so I definitely couldn't live without this. And when I get out of the shower, this is another thing I mentioned in my haul, it's been a staple in my beauty regime since I was a young teenager, and that is the Body Shop Body Butter in Satsuma. I have tried a few of their other flavours, but the Satsuma one is my favourite. It's just really citrusy and fresh, and these moisturisers, like, I think they're £13, and it's a 200ml tub, so maybe quite expensive to the average person. I don't know, I don't mind paying that much for a moisturiser if it's doing the job, and these promise to kind of like keep you hydrated for like up to 24 hours, and honestly they're not lying. Like, I come out of the shower at night time, I wash my body, I put this on, in the morning when I get up I add a little bit more like to any areas that kind of really need it, and then when I have a shower in the evening again, I can literally feel like a film over my skin, and the moisturiser, I have to literally wash the moisturiser off, so it's definitely doing its job. It keeps away my dry patches, keeps me moisturised, it doesn't give me kind of like any bad reactions, and it smells amazing. Like, I literally just smell like a big fat orange, and I love it. So yeah, love that. And another beauty product that I have just in my handbag, like on the go, if I've got a cold or like dry hands or kind of like just any little dry patches for when I'm out and about, I absolutely swear by Nivea's little pot of cream. It's just a plain cream really, and it's just lovely. Like, if I have like a cold or something, like, it's great for like just putting under the nose, because it rubs in really nicely. It doesn't kind of like ruin your makeup and stuff, just to get rid of any kind of like dryness. I use it on my hands a lot, and yeah, any like dry patches on my elbows or anything like that. It's just a really handy little cream just to have and take around with me, so I really do appreciate having this little baby in my handbag. And next I move on to makeup. Oh, actually no, I've got one more product or two more products in kind of like the beauty care regime in terms of skincare. This is, excuse the packaging, it's completely worn away now, you can't even see the brand. It's the Antipodes kiwi seed oil eye cream, and this is just a really thick moisturising eye cream. As I said, I have sensitive eyes, so it's really important for me to kind of like look after my eyes, keep them hydrated, and this is just a really rich formula, so you can really feel it kind of like soaking into your skin, and it doesn't have that like dry kind of like tight feeling that some eye creams can have. It's really heavy, so it's something maybe that you would use at night time, but it does soak in quite quickly, so you can use it in the daytime as well. I tend to just use it for like a nighttime beauty regime. But I think this is like £20 or something, but it's so important to look after your eyes. I think so many people kind of like neglect that part of their skincare routine, and I think it's really even more important than having like a cleanser or a moisturiser. Like your eyes are so important, and they're the thing that kind of like start to age first, really, that you can kind of see with like crow feet and kind of like wrinkles under the eyes. So you really do want to look after your eyes, and this cream is really lovely just to really keep the moisture locked in and keep them nice and supple and lovely. And then I have my favourite kind of lip balm that I use just at night time. I know that sounds a bit odd. I mean, I can use any old lip balm during the daytime, but for at night time I use the Burt's Bees Lifeguard's Choice Weatherproofing Lip Balm for sun and snow. And it's basically what it says in the title, because it's so kind of like moisturising. It leaves kind of like not a very nice colour on your lips. They're almost like kind of like grey, so I don't like to wear it during the day. If I've been out in the sun or it's been snowing, it's really cold and I'm getting really dry chapped lips, this is kind of like perfect for repairing them. So I put this on when I go to bed at night. It's got like a really minty kind of like fresh scent to it, and you can really feel kind of like the tingling on your lips. I don't know what exactly it's got in it. Oh, lots of like, well, beeswax, obviously, coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, peppermint oil, and lots of stuff like that. But it really, really does work. Like when I wake up in the morning, my lips are really supple, they're not as chapped, and it's a really nice kind of like treatment one. Not one that I would kind of carry around in my handbag, but definitely for a night time, just when you're going to bed, just pop that on and it's really lovely. Okie dokie. So, I am kind of not too fussed about my hair care routine. I don't have specific shampoos and conditioners that I use. I do use my oils to protect my hair, but one product that I definitely couldn't live without for my hair is my dry shampoo. And it's the Tresemme Instant Refresh for normal to oily hair, and it's basically just a powdered spray. You spray it on your roots and leave it for a couple of seconds and then blend it in, and it's like, really, it's like you've just washed your hair. I have dark hair, this comes out white on your hair, so for some people that really bothers them. But for me, I really don't care. Like it rubs into my hair fine once I've rubbed it in. It doesn't leave kind of like grey marks or white marks or anything. It rubs in really nicely, and literally, like, I only wash my hair once or twice a week because I try to like let it condition itself, which is what you're really meant to do. And I just find that using this on my roots just keeps it kind of like bouncy and fresh, and I just absolutely love it. It means that my hair doesn't look limp, and it stays kind of like fresh, really, and it smells really lovely as well. So these are like £4.99 maybe, and I know you can get cheaper dry shampoos. I have tried others, but this is by far my favourite. Okay, so moving on to makeup. My all-time favourite foundation has to be my Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions Liquid Makeup. I'm in shade Fresh Ivory, which is shade number 2, and literally this is just the best foundation I've ever used for me personally. Having spot-prone skin, means that obviously I get oily, and I want something that covers my blemishes but doesn't block my pores, and this is exactly what that does. It has quite a nice full coverage, it's buildable, and it stays put all day. I can wear it, I put it on first thing in the morning and I come home and it's still pretty much intact, which is great. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. I think it's £22 and you can pick it up from lots of places. I buy mine from Boots, but yeah, I absolutely swear by this, and I just love it. And following on from that, my favourite kind of brushes to use with that particular foundation is my Real Techniques buffing brush. It gives a really kind of like nice, even, flawless finish, and it doesn't kind of like scrape across the skin. These brushes are really lovely and soft, and these are my favourite ones in here. I have my contour brush from Real Techniques, and my blush brush, which I just use obviously for my blusher, and the powder brush, which I use with my other favourite beauty product that I couldn't live without. I find like this just amazing, the MAC Mineralised Skin Finish. Mine is in shade Light Plus, and I just absolutely love this. It's such a lovely setting powder, it's not too heavy, it goes really, really nicely with this foundation, and they're just kind of like made for one another. It just sits really nicely, keeps your makeup intact, and I would never wear kind of like one without the other. I just absolutely, stop saying absolutely, I say absolutely all the time, it must be so annoying. I can't think of another descriptive word. I just love these guys. Okay, and then I also suffer with dark under eye circles, and I have quite a few beauty products that I use for my eyes. Now my recent kind of like discovery that I know that I will like never ever stop using is two Bobbi Brown products. Their hydrating eye cream and their corrector. Literally, this is the best combination ever if you have dark under eye circles, and I've had a lot of mixed reviews about this that I've heard, which made me kind of like not want to try it, but I've also written like a whole blog post dedicated to these two as well, because I just felt they needed to be kind of like spoken about. I went to Selfridges and had a Bobbi Brown makeover, and I wanted in particular for them to use the corrector because I'd heard so much about it from lots of YouTubers and just from everywhere really. It's basically like a product that is used to kind of like even out the skin tone underneath your eyes, so it's got kind of like a really pinky colour to it. Now you don't use this as a concealer, that's not what it's for. It's used to even out the skin tone, as I said, so it's not going to get rid of your dark circles, it's just going to help to make them a more even colour, to be able to cover them evenly, if that makes sense. So when she used this on my eyes on its own, I absolutely hated it. It was like cake. It was literally like I could see like the bubbles underneath my eyes. I was like, that looks absolutely disgusting, take it off. And then she was like, no, you need to try it with the hydrating eye cream underneath. And I was like, well, you shouldn't put eye cream underneath your eye, it's bad for you. Like, you meant to just put it kind of like under here and on the brow bone. And she said, no, this is made specifically to go underneath your eyes. So she put a little dab underneath each of my eyes and let it dry for a couple of seconds, and then covered it in the Bobbi Brown corrector, and I was like blown away. I absolutely love it. My skin just looked like I've never seen it look before. Honestly, it was just like a kind of like revelation for me. So if you want to read more about these products in detail and what I think of them, then I do have a really detailed post below. But I use these two after I put on my foundation, and then I use things. And then I use my Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection Concealer over the top to kind of like cover everything. So those three products together are something that I will just never ever ever not use. Like, I absolutely swear by them. They're just incredible. Like, for me personally, if you have dark circles, it's the only thing I've ever found that I find, for me personally, regardless of what other people think or what my eyes look like to other people, for me it makes me feel kind of like better about myself, and I just, yeah, they're absolutely great. Okay, now moving on to the last couple of products. I love having my eyebrows done. Like, my face doesn't really feel complete if I don't have them done. My eyebrows are really fair, and my hair is naturally quite dark, so I look stupid if I don't have my eyebrows done. And my favourite kit for doing my eyebrows is my Benefit Browsings. I'm in shade medium. I would open it and show you, but I've smashed it, so it's all kind of like horrible little, it's just really messy in there, so I'm not going to open it because I'll probably spill it everywhere. But obviously I'm wearing it on my eyebrows now. I've had it for years and it's just my favourite thing to use on my brows, so I would try other things, but I think I'll always come back to that. And then my last product that I just will always love and have loved for years, and I'm not sure whether it would be included, but I'm going to include it anyway, is my perfume, and that's Chance by Chanel, their Eau de Parfum, and this is my favourite smell in the world ever, and I've been wearing it for years, and it is expensive, but it's something that I don't mind spending money on or having as, I like to have it as kind of like a gift for birthdays or Christmases and things like that. It's just a really luxury product for me, but it's a scent that I just absolutely love. Oh, it's just so good. If you haven't smelled it, you need to go and smell it, and everybody should wear it. It's just such a gorgeous smell. So those are all of my products that I think I couldn't live without. Honestly, obviously, if I had to live without my beauty products, it would be a very sad world, but I could do it. But these are my products that I absolutely swear by, that I wouldn't ever want to live without if I could help it. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, guys. I'm going to be filming, I think, some more outfit or style videos soon, so if you have any requests for those, then please let me know, anything in particular. And of course, if you want to see anything else, please do let me know, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.